Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is today I'm going to be talking about TLGT here. I'm going to go briefly through technical analysis, upcoming catalysts, and what I think about the stock. Let's jump right into it. So on a 1 week perspective, what we get to see here is it's mainly sloppy. It doesn't show us much here. I mean, MACD has gone a bit positive, but you get to see on the 1 week perspective, the chart really looks ugly. So I'm going to skip that and go to the 1 day. So on the 1 day, unfortunately, it doesn't get much better. I mean, we did have a really nice jump today at 27.30. It did previously gain compliance, but other than that, it just really does look like it had a hard time. Willing percent R is actually overbought today. ADX is sloppy. MACD looks here it's really bullish. It looks like it's actually attempting to go for a really nice run here. And what we get to see in terms of momentum, it's actually recovering. Moving averages do look bearish though, and so let's jump right into the moving average band. Now, the moving average band, you get to see unbalanced volume and the volume itself are almost at an all-time high. Moving average band is expected to trade 57 on the bottom, 63 in the middle, and 70 cents on the top. If we were to look into the stochastic fast and slow, this kind of gives us a sense that, hey, we're getting actually a little bit more of a leg on this. There's going to be another leg, so that is as well bullish. And it kind of gives us a sense that, you know, if it does continue to push in that direction, we might actually see a really nice price action. Now, charts here for resistance and support. I'm not going to go towards Fibonacci retracement since there's no point of doing so all the way from up there. Now, remember the last reverse split that I received was 1 to 10. That was on the 28th of May. And so we can take a look here in terms of supports and resistances. Now, it is a bottom down chart. Yeah, so it kind of has a bottom down there. 47 cent is your ultimate support so that it will break through. And then 50 cent is right above there, and 53. So you get to see 3 support levels below there. Now we can also discuss more supports that are currently based on today. 57 cents, 61, strong one at 65, and a very strong resistance is seen around the 68 cent mark. Above there we're looking at 72. Above there we're looking up to 75. So that is kind of the levels that we're talking about. And if we're looking into that extended market, it actually dipped a little bit below the below the 68 mark, and where it finished around 67. Now, taking a quick look into, let's say, company's news and information that is quite important for us. What we get to see here is kind of zooming out just quickly. There we go. And if we zoom in here, basically the first thing that we received was the compliance, and that was based on the reverse split a while ago. And then let's take a quick look into their second quarter of 2020 kind of revenue. Okay, so this is a Canadian company, from my understanding. Revenue of $13.6 million, an increase of $6.1 million, or 82% stronger demand for both U.S. topical products and injectable products sold in Canada. Sorry, it's not a U.S., it's a New Jersey-based specialty company. Gross profits up $2.5 million, an increase of $3.7 million, or 315%, driven by increase in revenue. Product developments and research expenses of $1.9 million, an increase of $0.1 million, or 4%. Adjusted ETBA loss of $2.3 million, an improvement of the $5.2 million loss. Now we can go all day about the highlights, but we need to look at the revenues. Revenue from 2020 to 2019 is actually decreased. You got towards an operating loss versus an income. You're looking in thousands. So this is 4.3 million in loss compared to 686,000 in income. Other expenses add up. We're looking at 14.3 million in loss compared to almost 4 million in loss. Now we're looking at net loss 14.3 versus 4. Yep, the basic diluted ones. Basically, roughly around the same shares as 2.56 loss compared to 0.74. Really looks bad in that direction. So what we need to look at now is, well, how much cash do they have, right? Cash is very important in such a process. So if we're looking into the current cash here, let's quickly here. So if we're looking into cash, I mean, what we get to see here is the cash flow and liquidity. The first line amendment and the second line amendment amends the first lien credits. Okay, I'm going to go towards basically them saying they have a credit agreement around for $3 million, and basically the minimum liquidity covenant as of 31st of December, it will return positive cash flow expected in the first quarter of 2021. So that's, that's a little bit of a shot from there, but that's their expectations. They have as well completion of Series D convertible notes that will not mature before May 2023, and they have their meeting coming up tomorrow at 10 a.m. on November 11th, and in that meeting what they're going to be doing is voting for some matters. So I believe it goes all the way up to here. Yep, so the vote is basically for an approval for Nasdaq convertibles, their Series C notes, secured convertibles notes that are due in 2023, and the issuance to any holder or group related to holders to 2023. Now the big thing about this one here, it's said that it's going to be paying off their debts at 19.99% of the number of shares off the common stocks outstanding. So there's that. There's going to be anticipation for paying off of shares, and so the big thing about this is anticipation. If the vote goes positive, this one will see a bit more of a bump, but it has seen a massive bump today, and so I expect buy the rumor, sell the news might actually hit this one. If you go on their website in terms of their events, you can sign up for that special meeting. I try to go on towards their pipelines or late presentations. I was not able to find that presentation. Really disappointed on that. Usually investor relations does have it underneath, but it doesn't in the case, or at least I couldn't find it. I mean, I tried going to financial information's SEC filings quarterly report. They also have documents and charters, but that does not have the presentation as you get to see this area here. And then we look into stock information. I was not able to see presentations. I might be wrong. It might be somewhere in there hidden, but it's usually not that hidden. I mean, it's usually right up front. Anyway, went on a rant there. Pipelines. I usually like to see some charts on pipelines and which ones are at what level of FDA, but this is all we have, so we'll work with it. We believe that our commitment by the FDA under the Generic Drug User-Free Act, GDUFA, will start dramatically reshape the genetic drug landscape. We count on the product development team as well as external opportunities identified through our business development team to strengthen our pipeline. We have 16 abbreviated new drug applications on the file with the FDA, representing a total addressable market of $1.4 billion based on 2019. Here's some of their products. I have no clue what they do because this is not my field. I'm a civil engineer, but they seem to have a really extensive line of products here. So that looks interesting. Probably does or has the potential of creating a positive flow with this much of a pipeline. Coming in now towards, oh, by the way, they also have a catalog to explain it and show you basically the products itself, but now coming on towards institutional buyers. How do they feel about this one? That matters a lot. So we get to see on September 17th of September, someone added around 2.83%, but look at this. Institutional buyers have been dumping it all the way from, say, July all the way to September, but nothing interesting happening or anything reported ever since there. BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, all dumping. So, Ed, what do you think we should do? What is the next move on this one? So you got to be very careful off pump and dumps because I do expect this one to be dumped a few times. That's your way to make a trade. So following volume and try to scalp it. In terms of a swing, I really hope this one comes up positive, but it looks, from the looks of it, is that they don't have everything set together right. In terms of presentation, charts, give us that information. The next thing we're looking at is a bit of an issue here, the massive downtrend that it's ever seen. So if you look back into the charts here, we'll go 10 years, 1 day. This is not a chart that I want to invest in. But at the same time, you might have bounces here and bounces there. That's the only way you can make money out of this, unless they come out profitable. But I still haven't seen that, and once I see it, then I'm comfortable going into this stock. But nonetheless, it still looks like it has a solid pipeline from the 2 sentences we read. I would love to get more, but at this moment, it is a little bit shaky for me. What do you think about this stick? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. Have a wonderful day.